Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome back to our channel once again. Last week was a very interesting week, politically speaking, in the Republic of Kenya. Rigathi Gachagua was impeached as the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. William Ruto then immediately nominated, very fast, Professor Kithure Kindiki to take over from Rigathi Gachagua. And the mountain is clearly undecided. They're not so sure whether to follow Rigathi Gachagua to the opposition or whether to remain in government with Professor Kithure Kindiki. But I'm so sure that one man who is very happy wherever he is one Uhuru Kenyatta, the former president. Uhuru Kenyatta is very happy because he's being vindicated. And Uhuru Kenyatta is being vindicated by the people who led the chorus against him during the last election. Uhuru Kenyatta warned the mountain against so many things. One of them is that he warned them against supporting William Ruto. He warned them against going into the election without their own political party. Today, Uhuru Kenyatta is being vindicated.
Munataka kuokoka? Njia ya kuokoka ni baba. Nawaambia. Njia ya kuokoka ni nini? Njia ya kuokoka ni nini? Afadhali mzee ambaye ni mtulivu, ambaye hana haja ya kujaza mifuko yake, ambaye atachunga masilahi ya watu yake, badala ya mdomo tamtamu, lakini akiingia ni wale wa kufanya moja yako, nusu ya mwananchi, mbili yako na tano yangu. Na mnawajua nyinyi, mnawajua. Unanimous he is when he bags a win. Do you measure a man by how he treats his peers and equals, or how he treats his subordinates? Do you measure a man by what he started or by what he finished? Do you measure a man by how he handled his finest moments or by how he handled his lowest moments? If you want to know the true measure of a man, watch what he does with power, how he handles his opponents, how he treats his wife and family, and what he does with his influence.
Nako wati ya koheo modo igera nyobeo kalizo mule musarajia ona nyuma manya mutinga turehera mitu mwe manyere mwe manyere mayangai mwe manyere todo mutigwada ni dikada kolwa mukirira mwekero atene gwathukire.
And for those who follow the politics of the Republic of Kenya, at some point, Rigathi Gachagua offered an apology to Uhuru Kenyatta and the family. The reason Rigathi Gachagua was doing that was because Rigathi Gachagua realized that whatever Uhuru Kenyatta was telling them about William Ruto was actually true. So he was impeached, and you saw the way Rigathi Gachagua was treated. By the time he was still in hospital, his security was withdrawn. Staffs sent on compulsory leave. But one man, Mithika Linturi, has revealed something. According to Mithika Linturi, they made a mistake of supporting William Ruto on a trust and without a political party. For those who've been following this channel, I've always opined that politics has only two constants. The first constant in politics is always interest. As long as the interests are converging, politicians will always work together. And this is something which Mithika Linturi ought to have noted. That the fact that he was supporting Ruto was because of Ruto's interest, not their own interest. Of course, their interests were also converging. But betrayal is something they ought to have expected. So over the weekend, Mithika Linturi explained to the voters of Meru that they committed a mistake of supporting Ruto without a political party. That statement by Mithika Linturi, if you ask me, is very deep politically speaking, because it's coming at a time when RIgathi Gachagua is out, Professor Kithure Kindiki is in. So in this video, I want to reveal to you guys what Mithika Linturi is actually saying in his speech. But before you do that, I want you guys to listen to Mithika Linturi first before we proceed.
Because you know me, I'm jobless. And I can tell you for free and without any fear, when you are making negotiations, when you are structured, you come out stronger, you are better, and you cannot easily be targeted. And I will tell you how I regret today that today I regret, because you know I've been a politician for a long time. I'm a practicing one. And why I'm telling you we have to open up our eyes now, because we do not want regrets in the future. That because, you know, we were very close to the president, and you know the kind of war and the kind of push that we did. And you know, I've always been very firm in something that I believe in. Katiba eko reta kidomo, eto tuada ndere kibage no ara. Arungami next kin. Uhuru Kenyatta no to support William Ruto. Eko reta kiongo ndamura I don't care, right? We'll go with William Ruto. When we went with William Ruto, we worked so hard, we got government, and the only thing I regret is that whenever Mbondos was negotiating, using a political party, signing agreements, Gachagua and I said, no, let us proceed, we believe and we trust you. So tuende, hakuna shida. Now, neboto wera kubwera omanda kwando bora maana kwa bwenai, wena kiurano kana kia magumba kwa aju na kyo. Baraba mbele kuumia, medeka, na raino, Kowe need track and excitement. Me akera na brato thoma ne bwiri autorita na something. E baba thoma bwiri autorita etema.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is Mithika Linturi. But before I reveal to you guys what Mithika Linturi is saying deeply in that speech, in case you're watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, allow me to dive in. Number one, straight to the point. I think Mithika Linturi is sending a coded message to Professor Kithure Kindiki, who has been nominated to serve as the deputy president, that he can take up that role. But as long as he doesn't have a political party, this guy can dump him anytime. In fact, let me tell you something which I suspect is definitely going to happen. RIgathi Gachagua has served 2 years. Kindiki is going to serve 3 years. And William Ruto is going to be done and dusted with the mountain. He's going to dump Kindiki, and in 2027, there's a high chance that he's definitely going to appoint or nominate Musalia Mudavadi as the running mate. That is the reason why Mithika Linturi is talking about a political party. That if, for example, they were to enter into this arrangement with their own political party, like assuming the deputy president, the former deputy president, RIgathi Gachagua, and the entire Mount Kenya entered into that coalition with a political party, today we'll be discussing a different thing, because we'll be a leader of a political party. Just like Ruto cannot just wake up and kick Mudavadi. Mudavadi has his party members, his MPs, his senators, maybe governors. The reason why Ruto has reached out to Raila Odinga is simple, because Raila Odinga has a political party which has MPs, which has senators, which William Ruto actually need. The fact that these guys don't have a political party, it makes it very easy for William Ruto just to pick one of them and send away, pick another one and send away, because the party decisions will also be made in William Ruto's own political party. So it's a coded message to Professor Kithure Kindiki that the fate that fell on us will also fall on you. So that's number one. Number two, I'm also seeing this as Mount Kenya push for a Mount Kenya-based political parties. I've always told you on this platform that politics is a game of numbers, either real or perceived, but it's a game of numbers. And when we talk of numbers and we talk of Mount Kenya, I mean, they have the numbers, but how can those numbers count? How? Because we are talking of Mount Kenya, which has the highest number of votes, but those votes are not counting. William Ruto is just, it's because they don't have a political party. So the thing is, there's a push by the mountain that in 2027, they must have at least a political party which can pursue, which they can use to pursue the interest of the community, because they have the numbers. If anything, where I stand today, anybody from the mountain with a political party has the highest chance of becoming the president of the Republic of Kenya because of the numbers alone. You start from an advantaged position. But now without a political party, where you can be lied to then at the end of the day. And that's why I've always maintained that if there's one thing William Ruto can never allow to happen, it can happen, but he won't allow it easily, is for someone to emerge from the mountain as a kingpin. Because the moment someone will emerge from the mountain as a kingpin, it will even be easy for the person to form a political party and the region will follow. That one cannot be allowed to happen. Take that to any bank. And that's why Ruto has picked on Professor Kithure Kindiki. So I think there's now this push, and no better person can push that than Linturi, who served in William Ruto's cabinet, and also RIgathi Gachagua. Number three, I think there is also the element which is now coming out from these statements of use and dump. I don't know why these guys are surprised. But for me, I don't blame William Ruto for using these guys and dumping them. Politics is about interest. Yeah? The moment the value of RIgathi Gachagua reduced, the moment the value of Linturi reduced, because for Linturi, I know most of you don't know, for Linturi, he really used a lot of his resources to campaign for this government. He's a wealthy guy. If you look at those people, the people who, when they were filing their wealth, when they were declaring their wealth, Mithika was worth over 1 billion. And these guys don't actually declare the actual figure. And that's why when Ruto took over, he was given that lucrative agriculture ministry for the simple reason that he needed to recoup the money. So the moment his value reduced, he had to be dumped. Just like RIgathi Gachagua value has reduced. Raila is more valuable to Ruto than RIgathi. He had to be dumped because Uhuru is now not only a factor. If Uhuru was still actively participating in politics, I can assure you, RIgathi would still be the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya. And of course, lastly, I think the mountain is also trying to figure out their own interest. How can our interest be served better? Political party. And that's the message now they are. If you listened to the way the ground was reacting to Mithika, you can actually agree that politics is about interest, and the mountain and their interest can only be served better if they had a political party. And that's why they are calling for the unity of purpose in the mountain. With a political party, the mountain can now decide who becomes the next president. In fact, the next president of the Republic of Kenya will definitely be decided in the mountain. The mountain is at a very advantaged position. They have the numbers, then they can decide to tell it in favor of Ruto or in favor of Kalonzo Musyoka or even Raila Odinga, who has told you that Baba is not going to run. Where will scare wapi that Baba will not be on the ballot? Where will scare wapi you? Who told you that Baba is not playing Ruto? Why do you think that is Ruto who is playing Baba? Ladies and gentlemen, until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.